generation, you know, Smokey and the Bandit stuff, and you know, I mean, it's awesome, you know. I mean, just kind of one of them things where
there's a lot of old trucks out there, but very few are original.
Well, and to be color scheme the way this one is, you know, they talk about, you know, what color you'd want to have your truck. Well, you know, to have a black one with the faded stripes and stuff, I mean, it just has such a good look to it. And I mean, obviously this truck, if people know trucks and they see trucks, you know, we say showing 390,000 miles, you know, but you look at this truck and you look at the little things of this truck, it's like, yeah, it's 390 and you'd almost swear to God that it was less, you know. I mean, there's just so many little things about it that just make it such a neat truck.
It's just so, a lot of these trucks have got so molested throughout the years, you know, that.
Oh, yeah. And you know, the biggest thing is you look, and you can tell the ones that have gotten redone because the OEM parts are so different than the aftermarket stuff. And I mean, this is just, you know, this was in the golden era Kenworth. You know, this is when they had, what was that aircraft company? Was it like McDonnell Douglas or something went out of business? Okay. And they hired a lot of their engineers. That's why every old Kenworth truck,
oh, really?
When you go there and close the door, and it gets the vacuum there, where it'll want to, it closes hard, because they were using aircraft type stuff. That's why it has all the rivets, you know, and that's always the thing, redoing all these old trucks is to be able to get them to look good around the rivets. So when you get an original one, you just run your hand across there. It just is so smooth and so nice. It's really sets the bar high for these people. You know, anyone can repaint one. You can have one that has a blue truck with a red bumper, and the next guy can have a red truck with a blue bumper, but there is not going to be anyone that'll ever have one like this, you know. And you know, I mean,
especially with that cat motor, a lot of them trucks I don't think come with that cat.
You know, most of them would have an 855,
right?
Or if you had an occasional Detroit,
right?
You know, I mean, type of thing. But to have a 400 horse,
right?
You know, A model is a big deal. I mean, this truck here, you know, if we want to date ourselves and we go back to the start of Smokey and the Bandit when they're talking about the new Peterbilts, you know, and they get one of them new trucks, $70,000, you know, or $80,000. I mean, this truck here, this was top of the line. I mean, it is the best you could buy, and just
it's not a fleet truck.
No, it's not a fleet truck. You know, I mean, there's all little things that, you know, the purists will understand, like the 3-strap tanks. Those were very, very hard to get, and this has the bigger tanks on it. This truck was, you know, set up for somebody with the 13 over in it. Right. You know, I mean, this was going to be somebody's home, right? You know, and I mean, it's crazy in the golden era of trucking to find a truck that wasn't trucked with, right? You know, we ran across the cab over one day that had been run a year and parked, and that truck had a little over 100,000 miles on it. So put that, and that was like a 1985. So you start putting all that in relation to what this is, you know, it's like this is really pretty special. So many years later, and I mean, you just look, you walk around the front,
mud flaps and fender
trims, lights, you know,
the reflectors are still out.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Lack of stone chips and marks in the front fenders.
I mean, it's just one of them things that's just unreal. It's just got such a good look to it. I mean, but then again, this is another one. What do? Do you use it? Right. You know, because you could jump in it and go anywhere with it. I mean, when you guys redid the air and stuff in it, so the air blows cold in that.
All new rubber we put on it.
New rubber. I think you said you did some airbags on it.
Yeah, put on the airbags.
Looks like you got new dog bone in it. Yeah, stuff. You know, I mean, it's a truck that you could go trucking cross country tomorrow with it if you'd want, but you know, you'd hate to hit a deer or something, because I don't know how you would ever duplicate the hood again. But just got a really neat thing.